Tim Coakley comes on the show every year, and he's with A Place for Jazz, and they bring in some marvelous jazz performers. And it's held right here in Schenectady at the Whisper Dome, which is at the First Unitarian Society on Wendell Avenue. And we're going to have Tim tell us all about the new season.
Well, it's going to be an exciting season. I think this is our 27th year of putting on these concerts. Started back in 1987.
Wow.
Butch Kahn, who was the founder, passed away, and all the volunteers in the group decided that they wanted to keep it going. So we've kept it going for since 2005, and we have a lineup this year. I think it's really exciting. We're starting.
And I think you brought pictures, so we'll be looking at those when we get a chance. And there's the first one.
Well, we started off with two artists that were recommended by our advisory committee. Someone said, let's have Jerry Weldon, and someone said, let's have Joe Magnarelli. And someone else said, why don't we put them together? Because they're two dynamic performers, and we said they would be a great...
And they don't mind, right?
Oh, they've played together a number of times. Okay. They form a dynamic quintet, and that's going to open our season on September 20th at 7:30 at the First Unitarian Society. I think it'll be a great way to open the season because they're both really fiery players. And we always like to start off with a dynamic performance. And then on October 4th, we have Jeff Hamilton, the great drummer, one of the great drummers in jazz, one of my favorites. I'm really looking forward to this concert. He has a great trio, piano, bass, and drums, and they will be playing on October 4th. I should mention while we're doing this that all of our performers this year are going to be doing a clinic for the local schools,
nice.
Performing for either local high school or college students in the afternoon of the concert. So that's part of our mission, is to do an educational component so that we bring young people into jazz, which we try to do every year.
And there's all kinds of jazz. So,
of course,
yes. And I think a lot of people think of maybe it's only Dixieland, but no, it's all kinds.
Right, and we try to do that. We try to emphasize that variety every year. We have a one local performer every year. We always try to have a vocalist. We have a Latin jazz performer, or try to every year. Mm-hmm. And so we do mix it up, and we have always a nice variety of music, I think, for the season. And on October 18th, Conrad Herwig, who is a great trombonist, leads a Latin jazz septet. This is the biggest group of the year. It's a seven-piece group. And they'll be doing Latin interpretations of jazz standards, jazz classics by Chick Corea and Wayne Shorter and other composers. So that'll be our Latin offering for this year. The other thing I want to mention about the educational aspect is that for two of our concerts, we have local middle school students come in and perform during intermission.
I think that's great. I really do. What a way for them to kind of get a feel, and they can say, oh, I performed on the stage with.
Well, they perform at intermission for the concerts, and then, of course, they get to stay and listen to the music, and their parents come as well. So that's, I think Rob Ehrenstein, who's a local music teacher, brings his kids in for a couple of the concerts, and they play during the intermission, and then they stay and get to listen to the concert.
Are they all arranged for this season, or is this something
it's pretty much set.
Teachers would like to talk to
Well,
you about
right now it's set for this year, but some of the other teachers, I know Keith Prey has brought some of his kids in conjunction with Rob's students from time to time, and they have quite a gang of students in the other room of the Unitarian Society. They perform during the intermission.
Nice. And
people come out. Sometimes our guest performers come in and get to watch the students and give them a little encouragement as well, which is a big boost for them.
Absolutely. So, well, who else is coming? You have five.
Five concerts, yes. On November 1st, we're going to have a wonderful singer named Catherine Russell. She is the daughter of a band leader named Louis Russell, who had a big band in the 30s and 40s that backed up Louis Armstrong for much of his big band career. And Catherine Russell is just a terrific singer. She sings a lot of the old jazz tunes from Bessie Smith right on up.
Right, yeah.
And she has some great records out. I see her on Facebook every week playing somewhere in the world. She's just got a very busy schedule. We're really glad that we were able to.
So you were lucky to get her.
Absolutely. We're really glad to have her with us this fall. And we'll wrap up the season on November 15th with Michael Lewis Smith, who is a local guitarist who is also performing a lot in New York City. And he's made his name down there, but he comes back up here from time to time to perform. So he is our local performer this year, although he's becoming more than a local
Yeah,
performer on
you're
the
gonna have to
national
find another
jazz scene.
local, I guess.
Well, I'm sure we can do that because there are, as you mentioned
we
before
have
the
so
show,
many. Yeah.
wonderful musicians who are also teachers in the capital region who are keeping jazz very much alive in this area.
We are very fortunate. We talked about that earlier, how fortunate we are in our community, not only Schenectady, but Albany and our capital region with having some great musicians and also theater people. I mean, we really have an enriched area in our here.
Well, and I know some people who've moved here from other areas, and they remark on that. They say, wow, we didn't have any idea there was this much jazz and other cultural events around until we moved here.
Well, conversely, people that have moved away will email and say, there's nothing here where we've moved. And it's like, I said, well, start it then. I guess do something else. You have a lineup, and these are on Friday, is that correct?
All concerts are on Friday nights at 7:30. You can get information at our website, www.aplaceforjazz.org.
And we're putting that up there.
Or you can give us a call at 393-4011 to ask about us or ask us to reserve some tickets for you. I would like to say that our group is run entirely by volunteers. It's a 501c3 nonprofit group, and we have a great bunch of volunteers who do all the stuff from meeting the musicians when they come to town, to taking them to where they have to be, to providing them with dinner beforehand and making sure they get to the hotel. So it's a great volunteer staff. I'm really proud of them.
So join them, and maybe you can be part of this and helping them out and to promote jazz, which is, I believe that it's just an American phenomenon, isn't it?
It is, absolutely.
Yeah, good. Tim Coakley, Place for Jazz at the Unitarian in the Whisper Dome. If you haven't been there, you got to go see it because you won't hear finer music in a finer space. So, Tim, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
I'm Ann Perillo.